Hi you guys, so it's Haley. So welcome back to my channel. As you could probably tell, I did a vampire makeup look today. This is the first time I've ever done a vampire makeup look. Surprisingly, I've done like vampire inspired makeup that I could actually go outside and walk around in public in. This, on the other hand, is a little bit too dramatic. I've done vampire makeup on someone else before for Halloween, but I didn't do the mouth like as splattery as this. I just did like a little bit of blood dripping, whereas this is kind of supposed to look like I just ate someone. So yeah. Um, if I talk kind of weird or I sound kind of funny, it's because this blood is really sticky and it's a little bit hard to talk in. It was all gooping up on the sides of my mouth earlier, and it tastes really bad. So, I did some on my chest, and I took photos, and now I'm making a video like I usually do whenever I do a makeup look. And I thought to go along with this video, I would talk about my top 3 favorite vampire movies as well. I kind of noticed I've re-recorded, my bad, this video a couple times. My voice is kind of going in and out because I was sick last week and I have the immune system of like a potato, and which in other words I have no immune system. It's terrible. And so I'm still kind of sick, right? It's awful. Um, so if my voice kind of goes in and out, I'm sorry. That's kind of why. Um, anyways, so I've always loved vampires. I think a lot of people know that, like a lot of my friends and stuff know that. I've always loved vampires. As a child, I had a huge crush on the Count from Sesame Street, which is like a little purple vampire dude. In case you didn't know who that is, that was my first crush. So yeah, I've always had a really big obsession with vampires, and I used to have a really big Twilight phase in middle school. I mean, hasn't had that? You know, that's a girl, but I loved Edward Cullen and stuff, and my dad would always be like, Haley, just watch Dracula. It's so much better. And I hated Dracula. I was like, no, Dracula's terrible. Twilight's so much better. Now I eat those words. I just can't believe I ever said that. But, so let's get started. Number 3, I was like holding up a 1. Number 3 on the list is the original Dracula with, God, I went blank, with Bela Lugosi. Some people might be like the original is Nosferatu, but I mean like actual Dracula. So yeah, the original, which some people would argue with me on, be like, why is that not your number 1? That's the classics. You can't go wrong with the classics. No, you can't go wrong with the classics, but I don't think they always have to be your favorite. It doesn't mean that any other movies aren't going to live up to them, in my opinion. I think that if a movie is well done, just because there's a classic doesn't mean that needs to be held up higher. But I love Bela Lugosi's performance in Dracula. I think he, obviously made this all his own. He did such a good job on the character, and that's why his is iconic. So I can't not love it. And it also can't not make my list. So it is number 3 on my list. Number 2, Interview with a Vampire. I know a lot of people love this movie, including me. I've loved this movie since I was a little kid. And I love Brad Pitt and I love Tom Cruise in it. I love Louis. Louis is one of my favorite characters ever. And I absolutely love the whole movie. The characters just hold their own and make it just. You can't not love this movie. I know a lot of people like Queen of the Damned because it also has Lestat in it. I don't like Queen of the Damned, surprisingly. I know a lot of people do, so I'm not going to get too much into why I don't like it, but I'm not a fan of it, actually. But Interview with the Vampire, I think it's way different than it, and that's why I absolutely love it. So, that is number 2. Number 1, as you probably saw coming if you watched my top 10 favorite horror movies video, the Bram Stoker's Dracula. That is my second favorite film of all time, actually. And it's my number 1 favorite vampire movie ever. I used to hate this movie as a child. That is the Dracula that my dad would always show me, and I hated it. But now I have fallen in love with it over the past few years, and I just don't think that there is any movie like it. I think that, especially as a remake, it's amazing, and Gary Oldman does a phenomenal job as Dracula. It also has Winona Ryder in it, and I'm a huge Winona Ryder fan, in case you didn't know that. So I just absolutely am in love with this movie beyond belief. If you haven't watched it, or you're one of those people that are like, yeah, I'll stick with Bela Lugosi's, and you don't really want to give it a chance, please, please, please just watch it. It's amazing. Everything about it. Such a good movie. That's why it is my first favorite, and like I said, my second favorite movie of all time. So, eventually, I want to actually get Oldman as Dracula. Like, I don't know, somewhere maybe like here on my leg or something. Um, so yeah, those are my top 3 favorite vampire movies. I know that's not really a lot for vampire movies, but those are my favorites. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of vampire movies, to be honest. I love vampires, but I don't really think there's that many good ones out there, and those are my top 3. If you do have any suggestions of movies that you think I would like, please leave a comment down below and let me know. As always, my social media will be linked in the bar thing down below, and please subscribe and like this video, and I will see you guys on the next one. I love you. Bye, guys.